So yesterday Rode announced the new Rode Wireless Go number 2, and since I have the first version and that's what you're listening right now, I was wondering if it's worth the upgrade or which one should I recommend you guys from now on. So in this video we're gonna compare all the main features of these two sets of microphones so that you can decide which one is suitable for you. E aí, I'm Henry, a Brazilian photographer living in Italy, and in this channel we talk about photo, video and tech. And today we're talking about this small microphone here on the table, the Rode Wireless Go. Actually, we're talking about the differences between this version, which is the first one, and the second one that was just released, and which one should you get. So, first of all, if you have never heard about this one or if you don't know exactly what it is, this is a wireless microphone that comes in two parts. So one is the receiver that is connected to the camera right now, and the other one is the transmitter, which is this one, which is going to be close to whoever is speaking. And this is really handy because this way all your videos come with synchronized audio already. You don't need to worry, like for example when you're recording to an external recorder, to get both audio and video together and then synchronize them both, because it's going to be automatically done. And also with this you're not going to have the problems you would have with a directional mic, since this picks up way less noise from around the microphone. Okay, so now this is a test to see how the wireless mic sounds in a very busy environment in comparison to the directional mic, the Rode VideoMic Pro. And this is how the Rode VideoMic Pro sounds in a very busy environment. And that was good. By the way, if you're someone looking to do interviews or weddings, look no further. Just go straight for the version number 2. You don't even need to watch the rest of the video because the choice is absolutely obvious for you. Now, to operate this microphone, actually you don't need a lav mic. This has the microphone on top, so you can just clip it to the person who's going to be talking and you're good to go. So for example, I'm going to put it on myself right now. I'm just going to clip it here to the shirt and it's ready. I don't need to do anything else. The only thing you have to pay attention to is that it's a little bit bulky, so you can actually see that the microphone is there, a bit different from a lav mic that you can hide, you can conceal it a little bit better. Now, a second thing you have to pay attention to is that it's really lightweight, but it's heavy enough to fold over really light shirts or dresses or things like that. Depending on the clothes of the person that is going to be talking, maybe you would be better off if you had also a lav mic that can be connected actually also to this transmitter. So one of the main differences between the one and the two is that now the second version comes with two transmitters, and this is especially useful if you are in two people instead of only one. So this is how it sounds, the second person, when the person doesn't have a microphone. So Lara, what are we gonna do after we finish recording this thing here?
So we are gonna go to center, and it's really beautiful weather today. I'm really excited to take some street photography. And that's it so far.
Now just a quick test showing how much the audio drops with distance if you're using only one transmitter. So Lara, where are we going to do some street photography today?
So I think it will be perfect if we go to Piazza Maggiore, the main piazza of the city, and catch the sunset. What do you think about it?
Safety features. Now, there are two really big improvements in the second version that the first one doesn't have. Recording internally in the transmitter, and this is amazing because if you have any kind of trouble, for example, with the cable that connects the receiver to the camera, or if somehow you get too far and you begin to lose a little bit of the audio, anything like that, you can just go connect the transmitter to the computer, use Rode software to detect even where was the point in which the sound had some sort of failure and just replace it with the version that was in the transmitter. So this is perfect, especially for really critical events like weddings, for example, in which you cannot allow yourself to lose one word of a testimony or something like that. But don't get me wrong, in the first version, the connection was already so good that it could be close to camera as I am right now, and I could just like turn away and talk about something that I'm showing or something like that, turn back, and still the audio wouldn't cut at all. But if you're a little bit farther away, for sure it could be useful, because then you have a backup recording, and then if you notice later in the recording that the audio was clipped, was cut at some point, you could just connect the transmitter to your computer and just get that part to replace the one that had a problem. And just to complete the information about the internal recording, it can record around 24 hours of compressed audio or 7 hours of uncompressed audio, so you don't have to worry at all. So in the first version you would have 70 meters in line of sight, and in the second one you have 200 meters. But in reality, I never missed having much more than that. You could see how far I was, and the sound is just perfect. So you guys seen before how far can I go looking at the camera and the audio still works perfectly. So right now I'm gonna get, it's a Turkish book from my girlfriend, and I'll just go reading it or pretending that I know what I'm reading and walking away, and we'll see how far can I get before the audio just goes away. So let's see. Onların elinden sokayı aldık. Arkadaşlarını, this is so difficult. Sizlerini sokak oyunların. And the second safety feature that is really interesting is that you can enable it to record a second version of the same audio but 20 decibels lower than the original version. And this is really interesting, especially for those cases in which you're recording something that people are speaking at a level at about 99% of the time, and then suddenly they're screaming or something like that, and your audio ends up being clipped. So you can just grab that part from this safety audio and just have perfect audio all over. Now, gain control. In the old version you have 3 steps, low, medium and high. But in the new one you can actually activate a new function that allows you to have 10 steps. For example, right now I'm recording in medium level on the Rode Wireless Go and 6 on the Sony a7 III. I know already that if I step it up to high on the microphone, it's very hard not to clip the audio, even if I put the audio on the a7 III around 1. So for example, in my case, if I had something in between medium and high, I could set it like that on the microphone itself, and I could lower a little bit the gain on the camera. Now, talking connections, both of them have the 3.5mm TRS output, but the new one, the version 2, has also a digital output that you can connect to smartphones and tablets. So if you're recording with a smartphone, maybe this is the only really good solution right now in the market to record really good audio with your video. Colors and why it matters. So the first version is available in black and white, and the second version was announced only in black, and we don't know yet if Rode is gonna make available also a white version. And mainly who's interested about this are wedding photographers and filmmakers, because white is much easier to conceal on the body of the groom or the bride instead of the black version. But the same that I said before applies. They are already heavy enough that it's really likely that you're gonna be able to see it in the pictures or on the video, or maybe they're even gonna bend over the clothes from both of them. So actually you're better off anyways using a lav mic, and then you can simply buy the black version and buy a white lav mic if it's necessary, and just plug the one that is gonna be more easily concealed in the bride's dress or on the groom's clothes. Price. So right now on B&H Photo and Video, for example, you can find the original version for $200 and the second version already available for $300, so $100 more. And thinking about it, that you have one receiver and one transmitter in the original version, one of them would cost $100. But the thing is, you cannot buy a second transmitter to add to this kit. So actually in the second version, you are already getting a third piece, already a second transmitter, so you have 3 of them, and also a bunch of new features. So regarding value, the cost benefit of the new version is way higher than the first one. Alright, so now which one should you get? For the first group of people, those that already have the first version and are thinking about upgrading, throughout this video probably you saw situations that you lived yourself already, and then you already identified also the ones that are really critical and that you would need an upgrade. So you already know which ones you would be really using for the second version. And mainly all of us would really like to have a second transmitter and also to be a little bit more safe when recording the audio, just to be sure that everything is okay if some cable is off place or something like that. So if you got the money, I think the upgrade is really valid. And for you thinking about buying version 1 or version 2, I can already say that the second version has a much better cost benefit right now, since it's proportionally the same price and it packs in a lot more features. In the future, I don't know if the price of the first version is gonna drop enough so that it may be a little bit better cost benefit. If it's not within your budget, you can be sure that if you get the first version, you're getting an amazing microphone. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this video was useful. Please like it and share with a friend that really needs to improve their audio, and I see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao!